Good morning. Okay, just wanted to make this known. You know, I basically just speak my heart, don't I? I've got the New South Wales Family Court system, right? Which is just a joke, essentially. Doesn't operate under the merit of law, does it? I'm just going through some old emails, and here I find that I've got this permission to consult and release information from the relations space, Drew Cohen, right? And it says it's basically a permission to allow Drew Cohen in the role as a single export writer to access information relating my children. Now, this information had to do with a child psychologist that the other side had arranged without my involvement whatsoever. This is somebody who's basically just a paid representative to talk trash about me in order to advance the matter on the other side in their favor, right? And so I found it ludicrous that I would be asked to provide consent for something that the other side had already defeated entirely. So I added extra verbiage to this form before signing it, such as, please note, as the psychologist for the children had already been engaged without my involvement, the request for my consent at this stage has effectively been defeated by Heather's actions. Furthermore, considering that our handovers occur at a gas station, it is unsurprising that I am also unaware of who the boy's psychologist is. However, I provide my consent on the condition that key contextual factors be considered to ensure a fair and accurate assessment. Given the narrative presented by the respondent, I felt positioned in a way that made it difficult to request inclusion without inadvertently reinforcing a narrative that sought to impede personal boundaries. This also influenced my ability to assert my role in Christian's medical care. For example, when I attempted to attend a pediatrician appointments, as I had done in the past, on my own, by the way, the respondent's behavior made it challenging for me to participate without risking further damage to my character. Prior to the upheaval, I regularly attended these medical appointments, including instances where Heather was not present at all. My continued exclusion from these matters is inconsistent with past arrangements and is not in the best interest of the children. These concerns should be taken into account along with the following contextual factors. Oh yeah, this is good. The lack of acknowledgement of the Oracle Psychology Assessment, February 22, which evaluated Christian before began his Ritalin medication and contradicts later claims about his emotional responsiveness. So, yeah, what they did was really interesting. They hired a Muppet psychologist, right, to speak about my children in such a way that advanced the matter in the other side's favor. And the findings of that, which were made partially available to me in a confidential hearing, okay, which is kind of interesting. So the law, hey, this way, that way, and every which way, and it's a fucking maze, isn't it? But anyways, designed that way, right? Let's make the law complicated so that way it actually doesn't work, right? That way it's a pay-to-win system, right? Okay, so in a confidential hearing, they did reveal the findings of that psychologist, but only in a way that advanced the other side, and it was a complete fucking lie, okay? Because the boys had attended a psychologist before the marriage and the relationship began to fall apart, okay? And the findings of that psychologist completely contradicted what was going on, okay, during the divorce, right? Completely. And they also said that Christian, my eldest, seemed like he was emotionless, okay? But it made no It made no findings at all or support that ADHD medication can cause this, right? As a side effect. And what we can see in the psychologist report done before he entered on his medication is that he was fine in that regard. The psychologist even said so. Basically, what they did is they gave my eldest son ADHD medication, right? And didn't manage the doses properly, right? In an effort to make my eldest son look more distraught than he actually was, okay? So the family court system of New South Wales, Newcastle, Australia, drugged my eldest son purposely to basically profit off a pay-to-win system. Very corrupt. Fuck, you guys are corrupt. Anyways, I'm providing evidence, but basically, this is why I've left this system. This is why. Because it's a lie. It's a lie. The whole thing's a fucking